Good morning to you. Yes, people, we need to talk about deodorant this morning. Oh my gosh, do we need to talk about deodorant? One, my pits is on fire, spitting hot fire. Smell like somebody's cooking some liver and onions under there. I don't know what I was dreaming about, but it was hard. When you dream hard, you sweat. When I have nightmares and nightmares as the kids call it, you sweat. You know, tough times, you sweat. There's a saying that I need to go through, and I'm gonna try to remember it, and I'm probably gonna jack the quote up because that's what I do half the time. Come on in. Strong times create weak. No, I started wrong. I'm gonna start it back over. I got this from TikTok. This is amazing philosophical information. Bad times create strong men and women. Strong men and women create good times. Good to know. Didn't James? Oh, somebody James made good times. Who produced Good Times? I forgot. Evan James. Hold on, I'm gonna get it right. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, Kat. Good times creates weak men and women, and you know what? I need to go back and watch it again because I done forgot. But something about bad times makes people strong, and people get strong. They hand it to the next generation. They make weak kids because it's good times, and so those weak kids don't know how to deal with the bad times because they all only had good times, so they stay on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube. They become weak people. So bad times makes for weak people, and weak people make to keep the bad times, but strong people make for good times, and then we go all sit back and watch good times together. I think that's how that works. All right, I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody. And when you're strong people, strong men and women, you can deal with a lot, you can do a lot, and you make good times for the next generation, and you realize that you need to be raising warriors, not little, snotty, scared kids that don't know how to stand up to the oligarchs, then everything remains good. You stink, but that's okay, because strong people got strong pits. Thus my morning challenge. Dun, 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 dun. I must go find a lemon to battle back these funky onion things. Good morning, everybody. I saw a great video this morning. It was, and it's gonna be quick because I had to run to the hardware store. I know that's where I'm at. I'm at where I be, and I'm gonna be there till I ain't at there no more. I need to be strong. All right, I was raised weak. I'm never gonna be weak again. I'm getting my strength back. I'm getting strongness back, and it creates fiery pits and nightmares. Because you got silly, stupid people that don't seem to realize the Freedom Passport is a social credit scoring system. All right, you know what that is like? No, this is gonna say grandma. No, it's not. Okay, that is the beginning of the perfect slave plantation. Well, not really the beginning because we've been working on this thing a long time. Plato said all democracies become an oligarchy. Oligarchy is where the corporations rule the state. And what do corporations want? They want the perfect slave plantation, right? They want the perfect laborer, and they want captive customers for sales, right? If you take it all the way to the full end of the spectrum, that's what corporations want. That's what the industries want. And they're doing everything they can to get it. And it's obvious and it's in your face. That's all they want, right? They want everybody to buy their products, and they want everybody to work for them. They want you to work as long as possible. And so the oligarch is a mixture of the corporations and the state. And what does the state want? Because you can see where this is all going. They don't have freedom passport. It's the exact opposite of freedom. It is a digital way to control all. The few can control everybody. The perfect slave plantation. And what does the state want? They just want the power. They just want to be able to do anything they want, when they want, how they want, and dictate what they want when they want. So that if they can inject you, they can control you. You can't go to town. You can't get on a bus. You can't get, you can't pay your rent or your power because it just deducting money from you because you walked on the wrong side of the street and the camera took a picture of you and you're jaywalking like they do in China. They own you. They own everything about you. They can dictate anything they want, anytime they want. They can say, you know what, we're done with LGBT and Q. And they're done with that. They inject everybody with things that flip your DNA like they do them frogs. Right? They can say we're done with straight. Right? So don't give me that LGBTQ face. No, don't give me that. Oh, you talking about it? No, I'm not. Shoot, yeah, they can be in power. And what would they do? You know, we're done with this straight thing. We're gonna inject everybody. We're gonna give all the men deep, high-pitched voices, and we're gonna give all the women deep voices. All the men gonna grow some boobies, and because they can do that. It's just hormones. It's just hormones, man. So all right, let me park for a minute, and then I got to get going. I got to run in the store. It's gonna be quick. It's just, you know, it was a great, quick video. The guy explains that there's no such thing as a freedom passport. This is a social credit scoring system. And it's ridiculous that we live in a time right now that people are still dumb enough to cheer it. They still think that this is about health. It's not. It's about the perfect enslavement. You know, they will control everything. They can dictate, okay, everybody's going to get this shot. Everyone's going to get this vaccine. Everyone's going to get this, you know, that graphene digital thing that everyone's all, you know, posting about. All of they can do all of it. They just need to normalize the first big step. And the first big step is you giving up your right to human DNA. All right. And so we need strong people. We do. But weak good times is what we are in creates for weak people. And in bad, I didn't say it wrong. Somebody posted because it's a cycle. Y'all get what I'm saying? I know I'm having trouble saying it, but you want to raise warriors. Now is the time for warriors. You need to be a warrior. Now is the time for strong people. Now is the time for outspoken people. Now is the time for people who realize we are in bad times, and the cycle has to get flipped back to good times and keep it there. Good times, good times. I forgot how the theme song. Keep it ahead of the waters. Making a way to care revelations. Good times. We need good times. But good times ain't never going to come with weak people. Right? Because they're going to keep pushing it down harder and harder and harder. And it's not a dark thing. It's not an evil thing. It's just that's what happens with these systems we create that are based in power and greed. So anyway, good morning, Kat. Are you strong? Are you strong? Are you strong? You know, so we need that time where people are sweating. We need that time when they need better deodorant because they're standing up and they're fighting. Australia fighting. What? Y'all see Hogo's video? Man, people ain't playing over there. And in France, they're standing up. In America, they're still trying to figure out if this is about grandma. But it's coming. It's coming. The only difference is you live in a country here. If you live in America, it's not going to be as nice as in Australia. It's not going to be as nice as anywhere because the boys ain't playing. I'm telling you right, and the girls, they're not playing. They're almost ready. I ain't ready. I got to go in the hardware store, so that's where I'm at. People like, where you at? It's not your business, number one. And I'm rolling. I'm doing what I got to do, where I got to go, when I got to go to prepare for what I need to, because I have no idea what the hell is coming because I live around weak people. Not directly around me. I live around coyotes. But I live around weak people in terms of my nation. I don't know how the people in your nation are, but my nation is weak and they're clueless. Not all of them, but too many of them. You know, so darkness is coming. You know, challenging times are coming where, yeah, it's like I said, physical conflict is unavoidable at this point. People have played this bullshit too long. So you want to get strong, and it's not for you, it's for the next generation, right? Otherwise, they will be in that perfect slave plantation. Good times with a song by Chic. Well, we can get the good times. We could all sing banjos, sing around the fire, have some fun, you know, hippie stuff, or you know, let the kids have the future that they want. But it means the adults got to start being the people they need to be. You know, that's one thing I learned from TikTok, Cat Stevens, is the kids, they like to dance. It's crazy. I mean, we like to dance too, but I mean, these kids, boy, they like that coordinated dance. They doing kick steps and stuff, and got the light flashing, all kind of music. Man, these kids are good at dancing, you know. And it's not even like it's not even like a sexual thing or to meet a girl or guy. They love to dance by themselves, you know. And they got these TikTok videos. So why can't we get the kids that future? Why do they have to be perfect slaves picking cotton, right? In a slave plantation called a corporate environment when they can just go be free and dance, you know. And really that's who I am, Cat Stevens. I give every last one of my lives to make sure the kids got a free future. That's what I'm supposed to do. I don't have a choice. I'm not going to lay down and pretend that the freedom passport isn't social credit scoring. The perfect human behavior modification system where if you don't do what y'all remember that video where the guy is he sits in the chair and the other guy, is strapped to the electrodes and the other guy's in the other room and he's told to zap him. So if he ask him a question, if he gets the question wrong, zap, 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 ah. It was an experiment. And they kept doing that till the guy just stopped responding. And that really is where we are. And that's what the freedom passport is. It is a system to zap you until you have the behavior that the billionaires want you to have. Until you don't have the diseases that they don't want you to have. They can give you injection for everything they want to make sure that you're a slave that isn't going to get them sick walking on the streets if they ever got to land in flying machines and come down here and walk amongst us commoners. It's behavior modification. That's what it is. They're going to keep zapping you. Say, oh, no, you done got on the wrong train. That's not your side of town. You're not a supremacist. Okay. You don't get to go that side of town. But that's a good thing, too, because now it's all going to be mixed up. It'll all be mixed up if that happens. And that's a war that's going to burn the earth, So we probably shouldn't do that. But anyway, boom, we got to get strong again. Bottom line. All right. Good rise and get strong, do the right thing. Good Times by Styles P. Yes. Stinky. You got to get stinky, Jasmine. If you ain't getting stinky, you ain't getting prepared for what's coming. These people, we need to be stinky. All right. We need to be just working, learning, fighting, constructing, getting ready to be independent. Take care of yourself, because to engage in their society, you have to be a slave. And that's going to be like the first step. Like, okay, well, we can separate into societies, and we can. But eventually they're going to come for us. All right. So the strategy at this point is to off-grid, separation from their society. Not live in the woods like me or in the cactus wildness like me, but it's to separate from, stop being users of their system. Right? Because back to what Plato said, it is the requirement that a democracy becomes an oligarchy. Period. It's required. It's not an option. The corporations will eventually own the state. All isms become oligarchies. Who said that? That one might have been Aristotle, if I'm not mistaken. But all the isms, all forms of government always become an oligarchy in a world where everybody wants money. In a world where everybody works for the corporations and buys from the corporations will almost always rule. Right. So the failure is the corporation. The failure used to be religion. Now it's the corporation. And let's not make it another thing in the future. Nothing can have power over the human being. The human being has to be sovereign. So right now it's time to get sweaty and dirty and get ready for what's coming. If you need their systems for food, water, housing, gas for your car, job, whatever, you're the weak link. You got to be willing to walk away, or they're going to put that social credit score on us. So now it's time to get dirty and stinky. Yep. Was going to suggest lemons and then grow them lemons too, because you can't buy the lemons from the corporation. You got to be able to take care of yourself. Good morning. All right, I got to get going because I got to run in the hardware store, and I'm still prepared. Now's the time for strong people. Weak people, you're the problem. You're the problem. You're why they're doing this, because they think we're all weak. All right. It's not permanent. It's new catchphrase. Yeah, exactly. Max, like, remember what TSA was permanent, was temporary. Listen, these are temporary measures just to keep you safe, because we love you and we want to protect grandma. We don't want grandma falling out of an airplane 30,000 feet in the air on fire. We just don't want, that's not a good look for grandma. So we're going to save your grandma and temporarily give you a TSA to save grandma. And I'm still, Max, you know how many machines got pictures of things that they shouldn't have pictures of on my body? Nobody should ever see them things, okay? I'm 29, but not every part of my body knows this, Max, okay? So, so yeah, some things should not be in no TSA database, all right? And they're getting strong and they're still hiring people. They're still hiring people. But that's what they want, right? But you get that. They're normalizing you being a slave. They're normal. Oh, this is good to be. Oh, this ain't too bad. No, everybody around me is safe and coughing. And I know that they got injected with something. So I'm safe. Oh, this is just a great idea. The perfect slave plantation. Apparently, built back better is the global slang terms for this event. Yeah, and so everything they want to build, Cat, the answer is no. Nope, 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 no. We're going to do it. Nope. We're going to do it. Nope, nope, nope. We're thinking about nope, nope, nope. Why? Because of you. That's who you are. We know you're oligarchs. We know that you are the few. You represent the people with the most jewels, and they never have an interest in me, grandma, my children, or anything else. So no, we're thinking, no, are y'all thinking again? Cut that out. It's time for the 99% to do all the thinking. You need to sit down somewhere. All right. It's time to, again, no masters, no slaves, no more. Y'all got to let that go. I know you want a leader, but no, it's time for you to be strong. You got to step up on yourself. You got to step up on yourself and be able to stand on your own until you're an adult. At a certain point in time, you do got to stand up and be strong, because strong people make for good times. Weak people make for bad times. And those times will get badder and badder and badder. But that cycle, it's time to push it back up. All right. I'm going to do these few comments and I got to go. Rainy Monday. Yeah, it's rainy. It's rainy too here, Heather. Saw a video clip of a woman thrown to the ground by coppers. Will she be was shouting. I saw the one, Cat, where it was somebody's grandma. I mean, think about the irony of this. It was a senior citizen. I think she was in her 80s, or was she in her 90s? And I don't know if she was marching in the UK or Australia. I don't know. They're hurting a lot of people over there. And the cop threw her to the ground. Oh, no, she fell because she was like trying to get away from him. And the cop, young guy, came and pepper sprayed her in her face. Somebody's grandma. Cat, I can tell you this. I have to laugh, because if I don't laugh, I'm going to say something to get me in trouble. I don't care if you got a badge, a gun, a tank, a drone, a bomb. I don't care what you have. If I see pepper spray somebody's grandma who just fell over, you and I are going to have a problem. And it's not going to be a word problem. All right. That's what I'm saying, that, in the hospital video, right? Or in the hospital statement, or the hospital policy. Physical conflict is unavoidable at this point, because the pushback requires physical, because they've already gotten physical. They already drew first blood. It's unavoidable, but the question is, can we prevent that from blowing up into something really horrible? Or can we start now de-escalating the situation by revoking these things, right? Like that hospital policy. Again, if you can't, hospital is even in any conflict, you got to have rules of engagement, right? You got to have neutral ground. And a hospital should be neutral ground in this ignorance that's going on right now. People who are scared of the air and people who realize it's cardiovascular disease. You got to have neutral ground. And if the hospital is not neutral ground, then it means the hospitals are going to get overrun, or they're going to get, I'm about to say something I don't want to say, but those are the things, Cat, that are going to make it blow up. This whole thing can start and get out of hand and out of control because of one officer abusing somebody's grandmother in the street. And people just keep piling in, and people start piling in cars heading for that city. The good old boys and Bobo and Tink Tink bring this, that, and the next thing you know, it's out of control. Because that's really where we are. And that's the danger of the time, is that you don't have a united National Guard. You don't have a united Homeland Security. You don't have a united. Do y'all know that hashtag FB with F? Hold on. Hashtag FJB is a thing now. It's a huge thing. I've seen it on TikTok. I don't go to events and sports, and I avoid people, because people are people every chance I get, and I don't watch their damn news. But they're going to places and they're singing this chant. What? That is how would it suck if the world came to an end on that chant? These people are upset. and things are going to happen. I'm saying the absolute worst, worst selection of our time. And how bad do you got to be to make Donald Trump look so good to people? I mean, my God, do you have any? All right, anyway, I'm stop. Because people are still on that little emotional side things. But what everyone can agree with, Kat, is that when the state feels that it's okay to abuse people's grandma, while some other dumb people think that they actually care about the grandmas, this thing can blow up. And it'd be a great thing not to. Celebrate good times, come home. Well, we could. The kids, Jasmine and the feet, they could be celebrating good times, doing TikTok dance videos, enjoying life and freedom and liberty and all of those things, not being enslaved to what we are. Or they could be like little robot lemmings marching in the streets like they are in those cities in China with the social credit scores getting zapped for if they cross the street at the wrong time, right? Zapping their accounts for money, which, I'd rather get zapped than you take the money, because at least with the zap, that feeling go away. When they take your money, that's when people starve. And that's what you're looking at, telling people they can't go in a grocery store and they can't have a job unless they engage in your synthetic experiments, when really they just need to stop eating sugar, right? You're telling people they don't have a right to live. And what happens when you tell people they don't have a right to live? Well, they're not going to die for nothing. They're going to die for something, ain't they? Right, exactly. And that's the point. We can celebrate the future. We can keep on with this. Yes, I've always been strong. Okay. Been a carer all my life. Well, if you carry strong, if you don't care, then you just sit back and you're waiting to see what's going to happen. And we got people who are waiting, sitting back, weak people waiting to see what's going to happen. We already know what's going to happen. And after it happens, it's going to be too late. The vast majority are just as you described. Unfortunately, they are. All right, Dill, we'll see. You got to go. I got to go myself. Howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy. F Zuck. F to. That's exactly what it is. And I'm going to end it right there, because if you live in a time, because it was bad. They hated Trump. They hated that. Oh, that man, they could not stand him. And they had a chance. But it was not like all over the nation and everybody was on the same chant. And every time somebody turned on the news, like, it starts that way. It doesn't end that way. It starts that way. It doesn't end that way. Anyway, it's Monday. You guys try to have a good Monday. Try to become strong again. We've been weak for too long. The times have been too good, which made us weak and give us these jelly centers. And also the comorbidities that you eat and give you the jelly centers. Eat less of that and build up your strength, build up your immune system, build up your physical muscles, build up your ability to breathe, your ability to take care of yourself, food, oxygen, water, all the things that you need. And you got to start saying no. You got to start ejecting yourself from the system. You got to start going off grid in any way you can. You got to start saying no, because as long as you work for them, and you have to buy from them, they will own every form of government you create. And that's what got us here. We made corporations the basis of the planet. The most powerful thing on this planet is corporations, because they operate around products and money, which is the economic systems of all the countries we live in. So anything you can do to take power from them is what we need to do right now. You got to grow your own, make your own, do your own, stop buying international, stop buying from 2 towns over, buy from your town, build strong communities, and say, oh, hell no, we're going to be strong. We're going to have strong, small communities, and we aren't going to let international billionaires, which is where it's at this point, tell us how to live life and create the perfect digital slave plantation so our children are just robots walking on the street. All right, I got to go. I got to go get strong. I need to get a tarp and a few other things I'm working on. But it's go time. All right, I got to go.